Hello and welcome to Patome Insights. Have you ever wondered why some projects succeed while others fail, even when they have the same budget, the same team, and the same goals? The answer to this often comes down to one thing, that is risk management. Every project faces uncertainty. Those are the unforeseen forces that were never even planned. Unexpected delays, cost overruns, changing customer requirements, technical failures, supply issues, or even loss of key team members. And this can quickly turn a promising project into a costly failure. The difference between successful project managers and struggling managers is not that they avoid risks, but it's that they identify, assess, and manage risks before they become major problems. In this video today, we will explore project risk management. What is it? That is, what is project risk management? Why is it essential? And also the different types of project risks that the practical steps you can take to identify, analyze, respond to, and monitor risks throughout the project life cycle. So, if you are ready to learn how to protect your projects from unexpected challenges and improve your chances of success, you are actually in the right place. Again, do not forget to like our videos, subscribe to our channel, Patome Insights, and also turn on the notification bell so that you can never miss on our weekly insights on project management and professional development. Let's get started. Now, imagine this. It's on a Monday morning and a project team is gathered in a conference room. The mood is optimistic. The company has just won a contract worth nearly $1 million to develop a new digital platform for a major client. The project manager, Mr. J, confidently tells the team, "We have done projects like this before. Let's get started." You can see even the confidence on now this is what we are used to. Everyone is excited. The timeline is ambitious but achievable. The client is happy and the senior management is celebrating. But hidden beneath the excitement are risks nobody is paying attention to. Let's start with the first warning, which appears 2 weeks later. And a key software developer announces that he's leaving the company. Jay isn't worried. Instead, he assures the team, "We will find a replacement for him." 3 weeks pass before a replacement is hired. The schedule slips. And as you worry about that, now a second warning sign follows shortly after. The client suddenly requests several new features that were never included in the original scope. The team agrees without fully assessing the impact. And remember, in one of our videos, we covered something on project scope management, the scope creep. Now it is what the client has requested, but the project team is fully comfortable with this and they've not even done assessment of the impact that it will have on the budget, the timeline, and even the other unforeseen forces. Now, the workload increases, deadlines become tighter, stress levels rise, and as you wonder, and you also conceptualize about that, then the third warning sign comes in. And in this time round, a critical software vendor experiences a technical problem. And this means delaying essential components needed by the team. Now the project is in trouble. Costs begin climbing. The timeline keeps slipping. Team morale starts falling. And also the client, who initially was happy, becomes frustrated. 6 months later, what was supposed to be a successful project has become crisis. The company has lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Relationships have been damaged, and the team members are exhausted. So, what went wrong? The answer is simple. The project did fail because people lacked talent. Instead, it failed because risks were ignored. This is where risk management comes in. And first of all, I would like us to know, what is this risk management that we are talking about? And ideally, this is now identifying. First you identify, then you analyze and respond to uncertainties before they become problems. Before, remember, they were unforeseen, unbudgeted, unplanned threats. They were not a problem. But when we identify them, when we analyze them and respond to them in time, they won't become a problem. Neither will they have a major impact on the project, because the success of the project is in the achieving its goals. Now, let's think of it this way. A risk is like a small crack in a dam. When it's small, it's easy to fix. Ignore it, and eventually the entire structure may collapse. Now, let's revisit Jay's project. The departure of the key developer was a risk related to human resources, and a proper risk management plan would have identified critical team dependencies and prepared backup resources. That is when the key developer left the organization. Then, the client's additional requirements represented a scope risk. A formal change control process could have assessed the impact on the cost, on the schedule, and also resources before accepting the changes. Again, the vendor delay was a supplier risk. Having alternative vendors or contingency plans could have reduced the disruption. In project management, risks generally fall into several categories. Schedule risks that threaten deadlines, costs risks that increases expenses, technical risks that affect quality or even performance, resource risks involving people, equipment, or materials, external risks such as regulations, market changes, or supply failures. Those are some of the risks that can befall into a project. Remember, they are starting from internal to external risks. And the most successful project managers understand one important truth: risks are inevitable. Failure to prepare for them is optional. That's why effective project managers create risks registers, conduct risk assessment, monitor warning signs, and develop response plans long before trouble appears. They ask questions like, what could go wrong? How likely is it? What would the impact be? What can we do now to reduce the threat? Notice something important. Risk management is not about being pessimistic. It is about being prepared. Pilots don't review emergency procedures because they expect a crash. Neither do doctors prepare for complications because they expect patients to suffer. But they prepare because professionals anticipate uncertainty. Project managers should also do the same. Now, imagine if Jay had taken a different approach from day one. He identifies key risks, he develops contingency plans, he monitors warning signs, and also engages stakeholders in risk review. When the developer resigns, a backup resource is ready. Because leave alone even the resignation, someone might even fall sick and unable to perform their duties, yet the project is on. The deadline has been set. So it's important to have a backup ready. Also, when the client requests changes, it's good to first evaluate the impacts before approval. Don't just accept what is coming different from what was agreed before on the project. Because the moment you accept changes without the proper procedures, it will definitely impact on the success of the project in the long run. And it will be difficult even for the project manager to explain and express himself or herself to the client. So it's very important, before you accept changes, do proper evaluation and assessment to know. Also, when the vendor experiences delays, an alternative supplier should have been on by, such that if the one that was to supply has delayed, now you can work with the alternative supplier. Is activated to pick up the supply. The project stays with this, the project would stay on track, and also the client would be satisfied. Remember, when the client was joining the company, was giving them the tender, was very happy because it is a team that had worked on similar projects before. And also the company would protect its profits. Because remember, when there are these risks, there are risks that we saw they will affect the cost, the time, the resources. And of course, when you talk of resources, that also impacts directly on the cost, because extra resources means parting with more cash. And the team succeeds. The lesson in this is powerful. And that is, Projects rarely fail because of the risks we know, but they fail because of the risks we choose to ignore. The next time you begin a project, don't just ask, how will we succeed? Also ask, what could stop us from succeeding? Those two questions are very important. That single question could save your project, your budget, and your reputation. Because when you assess on them, it will definitely help you to know the measures to put in place in case of the unforeseen challenges that might impact negatively on our project. So it is very important to do our assessment on the risk management when you are running a project. And as we come to the end of our today's discussion, remember this. Every project involves uncertainty, and no matter how experienced the team is or how carefully the project is planned, risks will always exist. They'll always find their way. The goal of project risk management is not to eliminate every risk, but it's to identify potential challenges early, assess their impact onto the project, and take proactive steps to reduce their effect or turn them into opportunities. Successful project managers do not wait for problems to happen. Instead, they prepare for them. They ask the right questions. They involve stakeholders, maintain a risk register, and also monitor changing conditions, as well as making informed decisions throughout the project lifecycle. The next time you begin your project, don't forget to ask yourselves, how will we succeed? And also ask, what could prevent us from succeeding? And what can we do about it today? The simple shift in thinking can be the difference between the project that struggles and the one that succeeds. I hope this video has given you a practical understanding of project risk management and inspired you to apply these principles in your own projects. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Patome Insights. Do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss on future videos on project management, leadership, and professional development. Thank you for being part of this team. Until next time, keep planning wisely, manage risks proactively, and remember this: successful projects are not built by avoiding uncertainty. They are built by preparing for the uncertainty. This is Patome Insights, where knowledge inspires success. See you in the next video.